Chapter 29. Discipline. A couple once complained in my presence about poor results with their daughter, in spite of all our discipline. The girl was pregnant out of wedlock, insolent, consistently in trouble, and a constant problem to her parents. They were wrong, however. They had never disciplined their daughter. They had only punished or chastised her. There is a very great difference between discipline and punishment. Punishment is often very necessary, but it cannot be a substitute for discipline. The word discipline is related to the word disciple, which comes from the Latin disco, to learn. Discipline is not punishment. Rather, it is systematic learning. The girl in question had never been disciplined. At 17, she could not cook, sew, keep her room clean, did not know how to study, read very poorly, could not spell, and, while having a good mind and physical attractiveness, was generally worthless. She had grown up without discipline, although she had received more than a little punishment. Quite naturally, the results were bad. The parents had done nothing to guide her into systematic learning. They had only wailed away at her when her behavior upset them. The confusion between discipline and chastisement has become so common to our society that the meaning of the word discipline has itself begun to change. When Noah Webster put out his dictionary in 1828, the primary meaning of discipline was education, instruction, cultivation, and improvement, comprehending instruction in arts, sciences, correct sentiments, morals, and manners, and due subordination to authority. Only his fifth, sixth, and seventh meanings referred to chastisement. It is interesting to see how this definition of discipline as chastisement crept in. The confusion began in the church a few centuries ago. The basic and true discipline of the church is the teaching of the Word of God and the requirement of submission to the authority of God in His Word. As the church faltered and failed in its task to make disciples of all the nations, Matthew 28:19, ASV, it substituted for teaching or disciplining an insistence on punishment. But punishment without a prior discipline is futile. The Greek word in Matthew 28:19, which is translated as teach or make disciples, is matheteno, and discipline is mathetes, which means a learner. It comes from the root math, which means thought accompanied by effort. The word mathematics comes also from the Greek mathematikos, which means disposed to learn. Mathematics involves thought, drill, and memorization. The word mathematics comes from the Greek, and discipline comes from Latin, but both refer to the same kind of learning. The girl in question had been abundantly punished, but she had not been disciplined. She had been overprivileged in terms of material provisions, but underprivileged in terms of being taught and being required to learn. She had been without discipline. Incidentally, she flunked math.